Hey guys, welcome to Homestead by Chance. If you've been following on the MeWe page, you know that I've been doing quite a bit of gardening around the greenhouse. You can see all of my lovely little sprouts coming up. So I have in here, these are all purple whole peas that go back there. That's all purple whole peas. And then in here I have some cucumber, and that guy is a naked seed pumpkin, something like that. But anyway, so we're going to give that a try. And in here, there is a whole long list of things in here. These are all going to be mainly medicinal flowers, although there are sunflowers and amaranth. Here are my, oh gosh, one of these is zucchini. One of them is squash. But now I can't remember which one is which. But that's okay, because I'll figure it out, obviously, when we start getting plants. Here are two, I think those are spaghetti squash there. Yes, I have them labeled, but I just can't remember. This guy, I believe, is a broccoli, or a broccolini maybe, that survived from last year, so we're going to see if he lives. And this one over here is one more kind of squash, or potentially a watermelon. Yeah, I'm not doing very good on remembering what it is. But you know what? Whenever it produces a fruit or a vegetable, we definitely know what it is. And then in here, you can't really see, but I've got radishes, lettuces, greens, bell peppers, and they're just little teeny tiny at the moment. So the main thing that I'm doing today is I'm working back here. This is where I've set up my green beans and peas. So this thing here, this PVC pipe, this is a car wash that we built for our son. So you know it, you run through it and there's sprinklers and it comes out of the pipes and and he had a lot of fun. But now he's outgrown it. So that means we need to have a use for it, right? So that's what I'm going to show you today. So today I am going to be adding the netting for the green beans and the peas to grow up. I planted them 2 or 3 weeks ago, and they've got quite long tendrils now. And so I was just basically waiting for those tendrils to come up. And so it's deer netting. It's nothing fancy, and I think because of the cameras turned backwards, it's probably backwards in the video, but that's okay. Just stand on your head and you can read it. So anyway, this is what I'm going to be adding, and I'm going to be draping it over the so-called car wash. It's a huge piece, so I'm going to be cutting it, but it's pretty straightforward. So unrolling it, pull it apart. Let's see, it should be, it says 84 inches by 100 feet. So this should be perfect to go in between these two pieces here. Okay? What I'm going to do is I'm just going to take zip ties and just zip tie it to the car wash. And it's just as simple as that. I'm going to use my reusable zip ties. I love these things. We use them on everything. And because they're reusable, guess what? You just take them off and on as much as you need to. All right. So this is the fun part, because this stuff isn't exactly cooperative. But we're going to see what happens. So pull it over. Try not to net yourself in the process. This really should be a two-person job, shouldn't it? Make sure you get your hair caught in it. That's important. pull this all the way down. Make sure they have something nice and close to grab a hold of. There we go. Put my zip tie on. There we go. All right. To the other side. Should be a little bit easier now that I have that tied down. So same thing. Ah. Chickens are getting rambunctious. Oh, look at this. I've already got this guy. He's climbing up. Just the pole. All right. Just put it through the holes in the mesh and zip tie it. Okay. Now, we need to work on getting the edges. Okay. This is going to be a really neat tunnel when it all grows up, climbs over. And the great thing about this deer netting is it's actually really easy to just tear with your hands. So if you need to get to a green bean that's, you know, up here on top, you just kind of tear a hole in it. Okay. All right, a few more zip. Ah! It attacked me. So I want to make sure that I wrap this around at least a little bit. There we go. Drop the zip tie. There. Get this all pulled apart. This guy keeps twisting. There we go, that should do it. And this PVC car wash is it's just made out of just straight pieces of PVC, and then there's, you know, elbows in the corners, and they're all screwed in, so it's nice and secure. And it's just been sitting around. Our son didn't want to play in it anymore. I am all about using stuff that's sitting around, you know. So it gets repurposed into the garden. I'm not worried about making this really tight or anything like that. All right. I just have the bottom. I need to cut. Not really too concerned about where it hits exactly. Just as long as it reaches down low enough where the little tendrils grab a hold. And 2 more zip ties. Extra here just to make sure that it stays in place. And there we go. Okay. So now you can see I've got these tendrils that are coming up. They're looking for some place to go. Well, I'm going to give them some place to go. Just going to weave them in gently. Guy all the way to his end here. they're going to do the rest. Because they are very good at what they do. These guys, there we go. I have, let's see, I have sugar snap peas. I have green beans. I have a couple of different kinds of green beans. Don't ask me to tell you what they are. And I've got snap beans, some kind. All right, you guys, get in here. You're going to be happy now that you have some place to grow. Okay, so I got those in the front. These guys I'll have to get a little bit taller. And then here in my box, same thing. And what I'll do is every once in a while, I'll come out and I'll just take a look. And if, if there's somebody that's, got a mind of its own and decide to go a different direction, I'll just weave it back in where I want it to go. This will make these plants very happy. That's a long one there. Would you call this trellising? It's not exactly a trellis, but I suppose that's what we'll call it. There we go. So I've got some guys that need to get a little bit taller, but now that I have the mesh in place, and I do have a few plants that are long enough to come up it, then it'll do its thing. They'll be really nice and happy. So super easy. If you've got the PVC pipe laying around, you could do the same thing. Just buy a couple of joints. This is a T, and there's some 45s, things like that. So it'll be exciting to have the green beans and the peas and all the things coming up and see exactly what they do. All right. Check out our other videos. It's spring, actually, it's almost summer now because it's the end of May. But check out the other videos. There's going to be a lot of new stuff coming up, right? Because we're growing, and you're going to be seeing all the different plants and everything. And when I get to the point where I can harvest my medicinal flowers, might make some videos on how to use those. So, as always, like, subscribe, share with your friends. We want to get out there and help everybody have as much fun as possible in their gardens and on their homestead, watching all of our mistakes, all of our successes, and you get to do it with us. All right, see you next time.